Representative Blake O'Sherrill.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recommit SB number 2646, Senate Draft 1, House Draft 2, Conference Draft 2, back to the Conference Committee.
Representative Evans.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Members of the House, any discussion on the recommittal of this measure? Representative Ching.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise in opposition to the recommittal of this measure.
Please proceed.
This measure, which was supported by so many people and passed out of the Senate, recognizes that surfing, specifically water-based recreation in general, are significant elements of Hawaii's culture, history, recreation, and economy, and therefore should be identified and promoted and protected as reserves by the DLNR, working in partnership with federal, state, and departments. We are on sine die. The introducer of this bill, born to Fred Sr. and Lillian Freitas Hemmings, a true keiki o ka'aina, part Portuguese and Caucasian of Portuguese heritage, graduated from Punahou, was a quarterback of the football team, won Makaha International numerous surfing championships, and was inducted to the Punahou Hall of Fame here in Hawaii. He's listed as one of Hawaii's top 50
Representative
athletes.
Ching, would you conclude your remarks in regards to the bill that is before us, which is surfing reserves? It has nothing to do with the colleague on the other side of the chamber. So please confine your remarks to those sites that are being part of the discussion in regards to surfing reserves, please.
Mr. Speaker, this is, and I was in the hearing for this bill, and I learned very much about the merits of this bill.
Representative Ching.
I believe this is a good bill and that it should not be recommitted.
Okay, that's
And
your
it-
position. It's a good bill and it should not be recommitted.
And the only conclusion I can have of why it is being recommitted is what I have said on the floor before.
And that is incorrect at this point in time. So please, if you want to speak on the recommittal, the motion to recommit, please be so. If there is no further discussion,
I do feel that this bill should not be recommitted, that it's important to the economy of Hawaii to recognize those heritage sites. As a founder of the Heritage Caucus, I think this is the kind of thing we want to help promote not only our culture, which I've always said, our culture is unique to the world, and of all of it, surfing is up there with the top of what is unique to Hawaii. And I just believe that in promoting it, we are promoting the economy, and it's a win-win because we're also promoting our unique Hawaiian culture. And it is just one of the saddest things that I can think of, that on this particular day,
we are
that this would be
recommitting this
recommitted,
measure. Okay.
Mr. Speaker. And
Representative-
additional written comments, please.
Representative Representative Lynn Finnegan,
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just in opposition of the recommittal.
and state your comments to the motion to recommit and nothing else.
Mr. Speaker, I believe that this bill is being recommitted for rumors that have been going around instead of the actual measure of the bill. So that's my opposition.
Thank you very much. Representative Manahan,
Mr. Speaker, I'm rising in support of the recommittal.
please proceed and confine your remarks to just the motion to recommit. Yeah.
Absolutely. And as the chair of the of one of the lead committees in the conference committee, as well as where the bill was referred, I support the recommittal because I think in the end, especially when we had to offer the floor amendment, there was a lot of miscommunication and I think a lack of communication, and there is no I don't believe we have enough information to go on right now. I mean, this issue can be taken up in a future date, but certainly at this point, I believe it should be recommitted. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Representative Ward, followed by Marumoto.
Speaker, I rise in opposition to the motion for two reasons.
To recommit, yes.
Yes. Speaker, first reason is it's untimely.
Okay.
It has gone through hearing after hearing after hearing and passed through. We even amended it on the floor the other day. So it's had the reiterations of the democratic process. So why the 11th hour are we doing this? It's unorthodox, is my point. Second reason is it's unfair. Speaker, I know you don't want to see how this will affect somebody who's given 20 years of his life. He's a Hall of
Representative
Famer.
Ward, you have out of
Speaker,
order
but-
in regards to
but
making
let's
any
be
reference
real.
or allusions to that
This
particular
is the
measure.
swan song for one of Hawaii's
Representative
best.
Ward, you have out of order. Please confine
Speaker,
your remarks to the motion to recommit.
I challenge you to say I'm out of order to speak for Fred Hemmings, who's leaving
Representative
this
Ward,
body.
you have out of order.
Speaker,
You are out of order.
I disagree with you.
Representative Marumoto, yes. Can you confine your remarks to the motion to recommit?
Mr. Speaker, I agree with the previous speaker who said that this bill went through several hearings and passed the House, then passed the Senate, and was amended in both houses, and now at the 11th hour, the plug is being pulled on it, and I can only surmise that it could be for political reasons. If anyone could
Representative
possibly
Marumoto, you have
edify
out of
me,
order in reference to any political reason. There is no allusions to political reasons.
if there's any reasons, any testimony in which came to light in the past 48 hours, I would certainly like to know it, but it's a shame that we cannot pass something in tribute to someone who's leaving the Senate after many years of public service, and I would hope that this is, as you say, not political. Thank you.
Representative Marumoto, I believe you're out of order in making that statement because you're incorrect. Representative Finnegan,
Mr. Speaker, point of information.
state your information.
Mr. Speaker, I just would like to know why don't we just vote on the bill instead of recommitting it?
At
If
this
you want
point,
to kill it
the
on the
chair-
House floor, it would be better
The
to kill
chair
it
would
on the
like
House
to
floor
have
than
it
to recommit
recommitted
it
at this
without
point in
having
time. Okay?
the people vote on
The chair would like to
particular bill.
recommit it at this point in time. Any further discussion? Representative Pine,
A point of information, Mr.
state your point of
Speaker.
information.
I still have not heard why we are recommitting the bill. What were all these
I-
emails? What were the reasons? Who objected? We had all session. We've heard
Well,
from so many people about so many
Representative-
bills. Can
Representative
someone on this floor be
Pine-
honest and just share with me who these people are
Representative
and what they
Pine,
said?
you're out of order at this point. If you want to speak on the motion to recommit, you may do that at this point in time. I
Thank
was
you,
very
Mr.
fair
Speaker.
as having the first speaker share what this resolution was, this bill was all about, and I was very forthright with her that that is not part of the motion to recommit. It's to discuss the motion to recommit.
Okay,
Are
I
you
will
in
be more
support
clear
or-
in my discussion of being against recommitting the
Please.
bill. It's because no one has given me any answers to these questions, Mr. Speaker. I was elected to represent the 43rd District. I do serve. My family serves. And this is the one bill that did not get a lot of objection. I find it sad for democracy that I'm experiencing the recommittal of a bill that had no opposition, experiencing people recommitting a bill, killing a bill. By recommitting this bill today, you are killing this bill.
Okay.
And you remove the person's name who introduced it. So, Mr. Speaker, for the sake of democracy, I vote no, because we're recommitting this bill with a lack of information as to why we're recommitting the bill, and I believe that's just wrong.
And thank you very much. That is your point of view. Any further discussion, members of the House? If not, all those in favor of the recommittal say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Okay. The motion is carried.